Hi YouTube. So I'm a little worked up here. I'm calmer than what I was. I have a headache, really bad headache after having a meltdown earlier. Okay. I have this horrible problem that I'm having that I just need some help with. Okay. And one of those things I have is I have my alarm set at 10:30 every single morning to try to wake up. Okay? And I have to wake up every single morning so I can do my routine. Last night I had to make a change in my routine because I had a long appointment that was set up for 1:30 to 4 that I was expecting to have. So I had to make changes in my routine to get that done. It couldn't get done without having a routine and having somebody to help me wake up to start my day. Long story short, there was a thunder crash around 11:30. An hour after my alarm started playing and going off is when I woke up because of a thunder crash close by. And I need some... Chewy, you're okay. Chewy, you're okay. I'll get my earmuffs on. So, long story short is, I have that set up of waking up. I just cannot wake up on my own. I need someone to help me. Okay. I wake up, I get to the bathroom because I finally woke up to thunder and my alarm going off for an hour, but Dad never woke me up this morning, and I'll get to that in a minute for why. So what happened is, I get up, start my routine. Great, I'm independent here. That's what I want, right? I don't want Dad to do things for me, but I go doing my to the bathroom. I sit on the toilet. I try going poop. I sit there for a few minutes longer because I had trouble going. I couldn't do a YouTube video this morning because I had too many things I had to do in a short period of time. And matter of fact, make something a little bit shorter here to say, the nurse calls me and tells me I am able to come in earlier. Can I come in an hour? When do you think you can? I can help. I'll come in and do the assessment. And I say to her, well, I'm okay with it doing now. So I ask her, I have a routine I like to do. I haven't even started my wake up routine yet. So I was hoping to be able to do my wake up portion, which is all the way through the shower, right? And not the my AM routine, which includes the chores. So I was going to be willing to make that change because I wasn't going to have enough time to do the chores before her appointment. So I said, okay, yeah. I was going to make that change, and I already have trouble dealing with change. I was thinking about her and what she wanted. So I was okay with allowing her to do it, come in earlier. But when I start doing this, right? I'm thinking of her. I'm okay with her coming in like an hour and a half late after, an hour, well, it'll be an hour earlier, but it'll be an hour and a half from the time she asked me that she wanted to come right then and there. I said, no, give me an hour and a half. I have to do, I still had to take my pills. I still had to feed the dogs, eat breakfast, take a shower, do my hygiene stuff before I can even have you come over. Well, she was okay with that. I was okay with her coming in earlier. I was thinking of her and what she was asking. So I said, okay, yeah, great. So now I get to the appointment after my shower and everything's done. The person talks to me, comes in the house, everything's set up. I needed to show her some documents and some things I needed to, have for her, right? One of those things was a copy of my photo ID. Well, she needs the card. I said, well, I don't have the card. I lost it. I don't know where it is at. But this has my photo on there. This is a copy of it, front and back. It also is a copy of my passport card, front and back. Both of them are expired. Oh, it's not that they're expired. I can't accept this as form of ID. Why not? It's a copy of it. I need the original copy. Do you have a social security card? I said, no, I have trouble getting that and I need help getting that. But I do have my, Medicare card. I went to go get that, but she didn't see. She said, I gotta check with my supervisor to see if this is okay or not. Well, her supervisor, so she claims she talked to her supervisor, but I never heard her or saw her pick up her phone. So she picks up, so she basically says, typing on the computer is all she's doing. She runs out. She says, I can't help you. You don't have your photo ID, I can't help you. But I said, well, it's right here. This is a photo ID. This is a government issue ID. And you just said you only needed a picture of me that says my name. This has that. I told her, well, I was only told I needed a photo ID copy of it, which I have. Could be anything that has my photo on there, and I can give you, because I told him what I had, right, at setting up the appointment, and I just needed to have a copy of it, which was okay, but have a second piece of identity, such as medical record or something to identify me with. And I had that. I have my medical cards. One of them is the red, white, and blue, but that's in the cupboard. But Dad has my food stamps card, which is my Medicaid card, and my Univera card, because I have been told it's up to my dad to handle. I told her I could go get that, there's no problem. But she basically refused me for the information that I had available to identify me. But this lady just gave me a hard time. I have a feeling the reason why is because of my reputation. People think I'm dangerous and I'm faking and I'm a fraud. Because that was when she said to me that she's got to do the assessment without photo ID because you could be fraudulently getting services. And I'm like, how am I frauding anything? I need help. I can't help you. I said, well, I'm going. So I've been not saying to people who don't want to do their jobs. I've been telling people that I have this, what I'm going to call this person, make a complaint, right? I've been saying it. I've been pretty good at not threatening the person that I'm going to complain about them. And I did that today where I didn't tell the person I'm making a complaint. So I called my APS worker after she refused me my assessment. I can make a request to, make an appointment. Well, the way I felt from the phone call she asked me to come in earlier, that she wasn't going to come at my scheduled appointment. I felt that way because that's basically what I felt like she was trying to do. Okay? That's why I felt like I had to do it for her. Okay? I also, when she came, she didn't say hi, my name is, I'm here for assessment. Did anybody tell you what you needed and felt ready for me to? Well, yeah, I was told what I needed and I had it all ready for her. I had it all ready for her. The only thing I had to go get was my red, white, and blue card if I needed that. And I would also need to get my Medicaid and Medicare card, or Univera card. I only needed to get those three things. That was it. The cover for the Medicare card, which I needed for one of my forms that I needed to do today that I mailed. Okay? And I needed my Univera and Medicaid card, which my dad had in his wallet. What am I supposed to do? I only needed to go upstairs to get that, go in the kitchen cupboard for my red, white, blue card. What's wrong with that? The lady basically refused me. And I felt like from the start, she wasn't wanting to be here. She didn't want to evaluate me. She had a mask on her, and the way she had to put a pad on the chair where she sat, a pad on the table. It seems like she knew that something was, I knew something was wrong when she made it like she's not comfortable. Now, I had Tucker in the house. Julie's upstairs, locked in the bedroom upstairs with Dad. Because I know Julie would not be somebody that would be safe around a stranger. Julie didn't bark, other than when the doorbell rang. Tucker was in, no problem. Yeah, Tucker's awesome with people. I said, are you scared of dogs? She said, no. Well, hey, this is Tucker. He's friendly. My other dog, I don't trust being around. He's upstairs in Dad's room, locked in the room. And I said to her that he can't come out. He's not going to be allowed because of, his aggression. She pet Tucker and that was fine. Tucker, actually, when she came in, Tucker wasn't eating his breakfast. But when she came in and started talking to me and going through this process, Tucker started eating his breakfast without any fight or, having to play with him to try to get him to eat. Because Tucker likes to play this game where you take his food from him and he barks and you put it back in front of him and you take his food from him and he barks and then, you do that a few times to get him to eat, and that's what he does to actually eat. He wants to actually play. A very playful dog. I love my dog Tucker so much because of that. So long story short here is, hi Dakota. So long story short here, I have a few things I want to ask you. So I start going through this issue where I get frustrated. I get confused, like, why am I not allowed to have this help? I'm doing exactly what I'm told I need. And I'm going to give it to you, and he refuses me help. So I talked to my APS worker about that. My APS worker says, when can I come out? I said, well, I'm free today all week because I have a no change in my day. I hate change. So he said, okay, well, what about, so and so Thursday at 2, so he's coming out. So I told him what I'm going through here, right? And I asked him, well, can you help me here, Henry? Because this person was supposed to do an assessment. They've been refusing me help as I told him before. And I'm getting a runaround here. Can you help me, Henry? Because these people are just giving me problems. Yeah, I think I can help you. What's her name? And I said, well, I don't know her name. But then I remembered that they gave me her name when I set up the appointment last week after making a complaint. So remember, guys, I made a complaint and I got my assessment scheduled. But I get the person who refuses me the assessment, and now I'm frustrated because I'm without healthcare aids and support. So now I make that complaint with Henry, and I had the person's name, first name, and ID number that was given to me, and the person used her cell phone number for me. Person's cell phone number that I gave to Henry, so he had all of that. He thanked me for that. He's going to call her and find out why she can't accept me, help me. And I said, Henry, I have everything set up here, and she refused me help. So, long story short, she was going to do the. I asked her at the start, well, is this going to be a PRI? She said, no, it's not a PRI. But I said, this was supposed to help me with a PRI. Are you going to help me get the services at a waiver program? Yeah, this is to set up for that process. I said, okay, well, what about, are you going to help me get placement? Oh, that's not up to me to determine. I'm only the nurse that'll do the assessment here. And I'm just asking for help. And this person refuses me help. And I tell Henry this. Henry said, well, I don't understand why a photo ID that's on paper would not be accepted. They just only need to verify your identity. I wonder if I can provide her a copy of your photo ID that is in your chart here in the county. So he was going to get to the bottom of this, and we talked about this a little bit, right? And one of the things that I said to Henry, they've been giving me a really hard time for 3+ years, and I'm not able to get assistance because they either deny me assistance because I need too much help or something else happens. So I told him a little bit about the history with MLTC, because he said that's who this would be MLTC. And I said, yeah, I know, Henry. But the problem is I also been told that this process would help me get to the more appropriate services that everybody says I need, and would support the medical need for OPWDD. It's one of the things I need is the medical and the and the psychological need for the developmental disability part. And he said, yeah. But the problem is, I go getting this assessment done in 2018 or 2019, MLTC refuses me because I need OPWDD. And they never once gave me a denial notice then. I should actually tell that to Henry when he comes out on Thursday. That in 2019, they never once gave me a denial at all. They never gave me an approval letter either. And I should tell him that I also went through the process of where I was able to go to selecting a plan. But the plans that I had selected was not willing to help me because I needed too much care. Too many things I needed help with. Okay. So they wouldn't help me, and I didn't know. And then we tried the process again. Right after being told I had to restart the process over again. So I made a new appointment and got the new assessment. Was allowed to select another plan. So we tried a different plan. That plan had denied me yet again. So then I had to call another person for another agency help with trying to get that done with another plan. I was allowed to select another plan because I was still within the 60-day period of the assessment. That plan says nope. Okay. So what happens is we give up on that because APS dropped my case and discharged me because I was showing them I was disabled and what my diagnosis is, and they didn't like it. They also abandoned my financial care because they were my payee. So I had no access to money. Nothing. Well, I started the process again in 2020. This was before Juice started helping me. I was denied the assessment because I needed too much care. Okay. Juice gets involved. Well, Juice has ICANN get involved through and ICANN tries doing the advocacy of getting MLTC, right? Todd Veritek. Well, they deny me assistance. They say I'm approved for services. I select a plan. iCircle says nope. I can't help you. Here's a phone number who can help you. So I call CASA. CASA says, nope, you gotta go through MLTC. I said, well, I'm eligible for MLTC. And iCircle refuses to help me. I'm now told I had to call you. Nope. So then, had another issue here. So then I called Todd and Juice, who had put me in contact with another plan. So in Western New York, I believe there was like 8 different plans you could choose from. iCircle, VNA, Weinberg, Felon Health, which is now Weinberg, Elderwood, and there's a few others. They're called managed care plans. They're not like standard like Univera managed care plan for like Medicaid. But this puts me back in the situation where I'm stuck. Long story short, I tried the process a few other times. They keep denying me. Because they say I have OPWDD eligibility. I should be getting OPWDD. I qualify. I should get it. Well, if I'm in their billing system, then I should be getting their help then. So I go getting all this stuff situated right, and I'm trying to get assistance, but I'm not getting anywhere. So long story short, I tell Henry a little bit about the story I just said about what MLTC is going through, or giving me trouble with. So now I have another issue where I'm having, and that comes, Henry said, well, you gotta get a lawyer. I don't know what I could do other than to try to help you with that. I said, well, okay, great. Well, Dad is told that he has to make the call to these lawyers because I don't have capacity, and I need, and it follows a financial reward. So, and Dad's told that by different lawyers himself when I go telling him this stuff or making a phone call with him. Okay, now I'm having an issue here. And that issue is, I go getting frustrated here. So Henry said, well, let me look into this and see what we can do to help you. So now, a little bit further, I say, Henry, I need help here. He's going to look into those 3 things for me that we talked about before Thursday. So now I have that set up. Okay. So I called Naya to request why they will not see me. The guy said, I see in the system that your appointment was changed and that she was there. But hold on a minute. He puts me on hold, but then I start telling him something else. You know, I feel like this is just discrimination. It's not fair. He says, well, he's listening, but then I tell him what's going on and why I feel this way. He says, then he hangs up on me. After I started talking to him about this, he said, okay, well, hang on, let me get you, let me see what I could do. And he was listening because I was still telling more what's going on, but then he hangs up on me after I went on a rant of trying to tell him what's going on, and I'm frustrated, you know. He hangs up on me. Okay, so I can't even make a complaint about them not helping me. That's what was the call about. So now I go getting upset here. I then make a call to another organization to try to see what they could do, right? I think it was one of these, like, you know, I called Sean Ryan's office, and then I called someone else, and then I called a third person, which was with these other state organization, Medicaid fraud, Medicaid Inspector General. Well, I told them who I've been calling. They want me to email my complaint. It sounds like it is OPWD that is making fraud, but I'm calling the right people. I'm calling the right agencies, the right people. Keep making the complaints. Somebody's going to do something, she says. She wants my phone number, my Medicaid ID number. She said, great, thank you. So, long story short, I have people looking into this mess. Well, go back into this circle of things. I asked Dad, hey Dad, when are you going to call the lawyer? You're supposed to call this person we were referred to. And he gives me a hard time. He says, 1 minute he says, I'll do it. Give me the number. The next minute, he says, I can't do it. Why can't you do it? And I tell him, well, why? Because, Dad, in the next minute, he asks me, he tells me he won't do it, and I said, well, Dad, I need help. I'm not getting help, and you're responsible. Then he says, okay, I'll do it. And then he says, I don't know the number, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm all lost, and, I'm not able to do this, I'm not able to do that, I'm forgetting everything today, I don't know what I'm doing, and... Okay, great, Dad, you may not know what you're doing, but, something, guys, I'm not feeling very well at all. I think it's a side effect of my migraine medicine. I'm just started having trouble breathing and feeling really dizzy. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I don't want to go to a hospital, and this medicine has done this before, where I get this side effect. The other medicine I was put on gives me that side effect too, but I only took my migraine pill as I'm told to take it, but I took my pill as told. It's one pill of PRN in a 24-hour period of time. So, I don't know what I'm going to do here. It's just, I'm going to see if I can get something to drink. I have my phone next to me in case I have to call someone. But, let me try my inhaler. This is starting to concern me a little bit because I'm not really feeling well at all. And I'm home alone, and I'm not supposed to be home alone, but you know the whole story again. Well, I am just... Hi, Tucker. Well, anyway, so basically the problem is Dad says all these things he has to do. He has to take care of Mom, he has to take care of him, he has to take care of me, he can't handle it all. I said, well, Dad, that's why I need a lawyer. You can't take care of me, and this is one way of getting me to help. Well, Dad won't listen. So I say to him, well, Dad, you're responsible for me, too. You're not just responsible for Mom. So he goes back at this, over and over again and says, I have to do all this stuff and I get nothing out of it. I said, well, Dad, I know you have a lot you have to do. I'm repeating this because I know Dad has too much to do, but I'm getting a runaround on things. So, Dad is not helping me get my photo ID. Dad is not helping me get the Social Security letters information that I need. My childhood records that talked about the, oh God, what is that part? That talked about the, the childhood reports that talked about my, needing, that I had, neurodevelopmental disorders. And I had Social Security as a child. I need this stuff to help me with getting the assistance that I need. to try to support that, accumulate the information to show, hey, people, this is what got me OPWD as a child. Social Security has this. Now help me. So this is something one of the things I want to talk to you guys about. Jews had asked me to go doing it because at the time my dad was not doing it. APS wasn't getting those records, right? We were having a hard time getting them, so Jews tried helping me requesting these records, which is my right. Okay? Social Security Administration tells me I have to have my payee request those records. But I'm saying, well, I need these records because I can't get the help I need. And these records will help me. And I told them this, right? And they said, well, that's up to your payee to request them. You can't just request things because our doctors say you don't have capacity. So I get frustrated because 3 years my father has been told he's the payee, he's got to make the request to get those records, and he doesn't want to listen to anyone. Okay, OPWDD has in past asked for those records of mine from Social Security. My father is not helping me get those records. So, this all falls back onto my father. Just like Dad has been told I need photo ID for the last 2 years. My father refuses to get photo ID for me. My father is told I need his help taking my medicines, and I need somebody to test my blood sugar, and I need all this assistance, but he gives me a freaking fight. Poor me. I'm a 70-year-old man. I can't walk. Yeah. That's what I'm going through. Poor me. I'm the 70-year-old victim. Oh, Dad, if you help me get the lawyer, and if you help me get the medical records that I'm needing, and if you help me with what I need help with, so I can get somebody else to take care of me, if you took me to the hospital, Dad, and actually try getting them to help me, it wouldn't be in this mess, Dad. If you want to tell people lies about me being able to do things that you think I'm not able to, that I'm not able to, so he tells the people things that I can do, and I just choose not to, right? So basically, we get to Wendy's because we needed lunch. I needed lunch at Wendy's. By the way, the inhaler worked for me. At Wendy's, I am, trying to get assistance with that, with, eating lunch, right? Dad orders lunch, great. We eat lunch. Well, they didn't give us a spoon. So, Dad and me need a spoon. So I said, Joe, can you go get it? Because I'm feeling dizzy. Because I was feeling dizzy then too. Right? Well, Joe says, yeah, no, I'm eating. I'm like, well, I'm dizzy, Joe. Can you go get it for Dad and me? He didn't want to do it, so I ended up doing it for Dad. Okay, great. I don't mind. Point is, I could eat this the chili out of like a bowl, like a cup, but I don't care. So long story short, I get the spoon, eating lunch. Things are calmed down at that point after asking Dad to help. I bring up to my dad, Dad, you know something? I need your help with this. It's a time-sensitive matter. When are you going to help me with the lawyer? Are you going to call him? Well, he starts bringing up about Mom. Well, yeah, I need one for Mom too. When I get a chance, though. And I start saying, Dad, did I just say what you just said? Did I bring up anything about Mom? The reason why I asked that is because my dad confused me. My dad knows that I need him to do certain things that he doesn't want to do. And he's given me a really hard time about doing those things. And I'm getting frustrated because I try making the phone calls to Social Security, and they say it's up to my dad to do them, who's my payee. I go calling lawyers because Dad doesn't want to do it, and I call with Dad in front of me to call the lawyers, and my father doesn't want to hear the lawyer saying that, yeah, I need to have Dad call and speak for me. Yeah, I need Dad to make the decision for me and hire the lawyer. Just like Dad won't listen to my counselor, my doctor, or any counselor or doctor, he won't listen to speech therapists. He won't listen to caseworkers. No one. So I asked Dad to help me. And he's bringing out, and Dad says, "Okay, I can't hear you. You're not speaking right." What do you mean I'm not speaking right? I'm telling you right here how it is, Dad. I'm asking you for help. Oh, I can't hear you. I'm underneath the speaker. So he's he's blaming me for not speaking to help, right to help him understand what I'm trying to say. Then he blames the speaker for why he can't hear. And then he blames that I'm not making eye contact with him. Dad, I don't make eye contact because I have trouble with that. Dad, I have trouble communicating, but I know what I'm saying. And I know you can hear it. And I said that to Dad. Well, his response was, well, I have other things on my mind, and I have too much to do, and I can't do you all the time. So I say, fine, Dad. If you can't hear me and process what I'm saying, bring this up. Oops. So I say, Dad, now what? I say, Dad, can you read? So he starts reading. The key is the I. And I said, no, Dad. Read the pictures above that. He says it, but then he says that's so far as it goes. I said, well, take your finger, Dad, and slide the pictures across. So he scrolls it real fast, and I know he's not even reading it. But then he says exactly what I'm asking him, that when are you going to call the lawyer to help me with that? So he knew what I was trying to say to him, but then he has a smart ass remark, well, you keep asking me over and over again to do something I don't want to do. I wish to God I had that on recording, people. Because it will show what I'm going through. I can communicate just fine, Dad. It's you who mistreats me. It's you who ignores it. So I have a few things I want to share with you. So on the way home, so after he said that, by the way, fine. After he said that he didn't want to do it, I said, well, Dad, you're responsible for me. And you've been told this by lawyers. How many more lawyers do you have to be told that you need to do this for me? How many more times does Social Security has to tell you you have to do this for me? How many more times does Henry has to tell you to do this for me? How many more times do doctors have to tell you, Dad? If you don't want to help me, can you get somebody, can you do something to try to get me the help I need? And this is what you need to do to get me the help. If you don't want to take care of me, Dad. And feelings neutral here. I know you have too much you have to do. Why can't you call someone to get me that help, Dad? Yeah. Dad doesn't like that, so he walks out. And mind me, he's complaining about his knee hurting him. He's walking out without his cane. He's walking fine, and he's running it out far away into the car. Joe and I couldn't even catch up to him, but he's so victimized of having a bad knee. He can't do it. Can't walk. Can't do anything. But he walks fine there. So here we go again. So I asked Joe on the way out, Joe, why can't he listen to my counselor doctor who says I need to sue after showing them the recordings I'm going through at the hospitals and stuff? Why can't Dad listen to the lawyers or the professionals that keep telling him this stuff? When is he going to listen to somebody and believe what the experts have been saying? Joe said, I don't know. He doesn't want to listen either. Okay. We get in the car. I asked Dad once more, and at this point, guys, I can't help of asking because I'm confused if Dad is going to help me and when. If you see here, I'm asking Dad, when can you do that? Because it's been 3 years for the Social Security information. It's been 2 years for the photo ID, Social Security card, and birth certificate. It's been 4 months for the lawyer issue. It goes even further than that. It goes back to earlier this year where Dad was supposed to help me with appointments for speech, for OT and PT. He was supposed to help me with getting lawyers for the fair hearing. He was supposed to help me with getting the information from Dent that ended up causing me to get discharged from Dent. Yeah. I go calling Dent Neurology to try to get help for me. And Dent Neurology doesn't want to help me. Okay? I get discharged for asking for the information that they've been telling me I have, but they wouldn't put that in writing. And I didn't have a chance to even go to the portal to copy and paste the information that they sent to me on the portal, even though it was not a medical note. So I get frustrated and I keep asking and I try calling and getting run around. And Dad was told to do that by OPWDD, by Doug Usiak, and by a judge for the fair hearing process. Oh, Dad doesn't want to do it. But yet Judge Sorelli tells Dad that he's the problem for why I'm not getting help. Is he's not doing anything to help me. But Dad gets so mad at him for saying that. But yet Dad doesn't care. He says it's a system failure for why I'm not getting help, not Dad. So Dad's blaming the system. Instead of blaming himself for things that he's not doing that could help me. So, we start going back on this process. Where I say, Dad, I need help here, please. You're not helping me. We're in the car, things are calm. I asked Dad, can you please help me with this? I'm asking over and over again because, one, I'm off routine and I'm not doing this on purpose. I'm not asking him over and over again just because I'm self-centered. I'm not asking him over and over again just because I want him to do things for me. I'm not asking him over and over again because I want my way or I'll keep asking until I get my way. I'm not asking for any of that. I'm repetitive because Dad is saying 1 minute he's going to help me, the next minute he's not going to help me, the next minute he wants the phone number to the lawyer that we were referred to, the next minute he doesn't want to help me, the next minute he's going to help me. So I'm getting confused what he's trying to say to me. Are you going to help me and when? You can't just keep doing this to me, damn it. It's yes or no. If you said no, I need you to help me, redirect me to doing something else, Dad. So I don't keep asking you, and I need that help. But Dad doesn't want to do that, only when it's convenient for him. So, I bring up, Dad, you're just trying to get me upset, and I'm not going to give you that reaction. Because you're trying to get me upset so you get out of responsibility so you don't have to help me because I'm having a behavior issue. He did not like me saying that, so he started getting really mad at me. I said, and he started saying, you're not listening to anything I'm saying to you. I can't help you right now because Mom is I had to take care of Mom. I can't do two things at once. And I said, well, Dad, you're not listening to me either. I did not want you to do it right now. I wanted to know when. And I wanted to know if you can help me with that. And you keep giving me yes and no and asking me for information. And then I getting confused because of this. And I tell that to Dad. And he started and then Joe said, all you want is your way. You don't care about anything else that anybody else wants and everything. And here's why I'm going to say this. That's called gaslighting. Because I'm listening to what Dad is saying. I'm hearing what Dad is saying. I'm processing it. And I'm understanding what he's saying. And I'm able to repeat it back to you. 1 minute is yes, the next minute is no, the next minute is yes, give me the number, the next minute give this and that, the next minute I want to wait for Henry, the next minute, Dad, give me a fucking break here, dumbass. You can't do that to me. And yes, I said dumbass because I'm frustrated. I'm angry because he doesn't want to help, he doesn't want to listen. This is confusing me. And I hear him. He has too much to do. I understand that. It's why I try doing that on my own. It's why I make the phone calls on my own. My father doesn't want to accept that I'm trying to do his job and I'm being told that I can't do it because it's up to my father because of my disability. I can't do something that is somebody else's job because I don't have the capacity to do it. but my father has it. But I still show my independence to still try to help my dad. Because I know my dad has too much to do, and I know he doesn't even want to do it. So if I don't care about what dad wants or what he's doing or his feelings, why am I making the phone calls to try to get it done myself? If I don't care about my dad, why do I take out the garbage? Why do I do things to help him? Why do I want help so bad? And why do I want to move out so bad so dad doesn't have to deal with this? Because I know dad doesn't want health aides in his home. He's been saying that. So I need to find a place where I can get my own health aides. But my father doesn't have a say, I have been told, because I need the health aides. And I live at dad's house. So my father is fighting me tooth and nail on this stuff because he wants his way. So I try asking dad for help for things that I'm not able to do because people are saying it's up to him to do. I'm asking him for help because I'm getting a runaround. And he keeps making it hard for me. So then he says, well, I gotta get my 401k money out to pay for the roof. I said, well, Dad, what about filling out the application for the, for HUD to help you? Oh, no, I can't do that because it's too much like garbage. It's too much for me. I can't do it. I said, well, Dad, they can help you fill that out. Oh, no, I don't have time because I can't get it done. So Dad knows, I think, that he's going to jail if he doesn't fix the roof. He's only concerned for himself. No one listened to me when my mom was being mistreated and neglected by my dad. No one listened to me about my being neglected by my dad and abused by my dad. And nobody listens to what I'm going through, and they think I'm the problem. I am imagining it, and I'm the one who's threatening and throwing a fit and wanting people to change my diapers and spoil rotten brat. And here, I need that help, and that's called gaslighting. And here, people are doing this in front of me, allowing my dad to do it. So at the point when my brother said, I'm not thinking about dad or anything that he has to do, and I'm self-centered and wanting my way, I got really upset because that's not anything what I was saying. They weren't listening to me. They were making assumptions because I was asking over and over again. I know dad has so much to do, but I just need help with changing the topic or doing something else. And my father, you can help me with doing that. But he has done that. And I went to doing something else when he tells me. But my father would not do that. Why? I have no idea why he would not help me. He's told by my therapist that's something he has to do. So, you guys know this becomes a problem for me. This becomes a problem for me. And I'm the one who's paying for it. If you're not responsible for me, you don't have to do anything for me.
Then let me out, please. Get out. Stop. Get out. I need help opening the door.
So, here, guys, I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to avoid the situation of how he's making me feel. I'm trying to avoid the conflict in the issue. I'm trying to avoid a behavior issue and the emotional suffering that my father is doing to me. By the way, my father is intimidating me because he wants to abuse me and neglect me. That's why he wants me in his house. That's why he won't do the things to help me get help. That's why he won't listen to the doctors and professionals. He uses me to get me upset, just like you see here, so he gets out of having to fix the roof, to take care of my mom, to take care of me, to take care of himself, to clean the house, you name it. He wants everybody else to do everything for him. Okay. Now, I'm going to share with you this conversation because I'm trying to get out. Dad's not letting me out. Dad's not following the crisis plan. Or let alone, if I ask to be let out, I'm to be let out. Okay? Dad's to remain there to help me till I stay calm. To get back in. But Dad wasn't going to do any of that. He didn't even want to even let me out because he knows leaving me out at the side of the road like that, in the mindset I am, he could be liable for me getting hit because he knows I have trouble crossing the street. He knows, and especially when I'm in a mood or a behavior issue like this, and my father has been told he can be arrested for it. He knows what he's doing here. And that is why I'm frustrated here. And I know he knows this. Because before he would let me out, no problem. Until he's been told he can't do that by the Tonton Police, by Amherst, by City Tonton Police. So I'm calling the police at this point. Because I'm afraid of having a meltdown. I can't stop the repetitive behavior. I can't take care of myself, and I'm having a hard time getting my needs met because the person who's responsible for me is refusing to do it to help me. And I don't know what I can do. Not only I'm having a meltdown here, I'm getting frustrated with my dad, I'm being emotionally abused, I'm being held captive here. Which, by the way, I will say that is for my safety and well-being. I will say that. My dad did right by keeping me in the car, but not his behaviors here. And let's just be real here. He could have helped me by distracting me with doing something else. But he failed.
If you're not responsible for me, you don't have to do anything for me.
So I was trying to ask him at this point, I remembered at this point, Dad, if you're not responsible for me, let me out of the car. If I am my own person, I will add to that, let me out of the car. Because it's my choice. He wasn't allowing me out. He wasn't even giving me the time to even open up the door. He kept running the stop signs. Going through them, in other words. And not stopping. And I didn't even have a chance to even try to get out.
Then let me out, please. Get out. Stop. Get out. I need help opening the door. Open the door. Anytime I want to place a fire, is this emergency?
So I have trouble, just to let you know, knowing where the lock is. I was having trouble trying to figure out where the lock is.
Yes, I'm asking my dad to let me out because he's not, he's
Okay, Andy, you gotta hang on.
What? I'm not trying to get my way. No, what you're doing, Dad, is instigating. Dad, I want out, please. Dad, you're instigating me, and that's why you're trying to get me upset. But you're not pulling over.
He's instigating me and not helping me get through the crisis and not helping me with what he's supposed to do, only to get me. He said, and this is the key words that I misunderstood at this time. He said he has a million things he has to do. He can't handle it. He said, I'm not, let me play that back.
Dad, you're instigating me, and that's why you're trying to get me upset. But you're not pulling over.
So he is instigating me to get a response from me and neglecting me and emotionally abusing me and gaslighting me by saying I'm the problem, he doesn't have to do anything, and all this other stuff. He's gaslighting by saying I don't care about him or listening to him and I'm wanting my way, but I'm not looking for that. That's gaslighting. Then he's emotionally abusing me because that's not what I'm saying, that's not what I'm wanting, and it's abuse. That's psychological abuse there. He knows what I'm saying, he knows what I'm asking for, and he knows what I'm wanting from him. And he knows I need that for my health and well-being and safety. And he knows this. And I keep asking him to please help me. And he keeps giving me runaround. 1 minute yes, and the next minute maybe, the next minute can be this, the next minute I don't know.
Are you too? Stop and stop. I think you have time to get out.
Dad, not when you don't let me out.
I'm not doing anything.
I'm not going to get out and have you accuse me for jumping out in traffic.
Oh, I see.
I'm not giving you your responses that you want, Dad. For you to abuse me, please.
One flight.
So I try calling the police to try to get out so I don't get upset with my dad so he doesn't get what he wants.
Dad, you're holding me hostage. And you're instigating me because you don't want to help me something that you're told that you have to do. Dad, I'm getting out. You can't force me to, you can't keep me in your house to abuse me. I'm looking for my earmuffs. Dad, I asked you to let me out and I am trying to look for my earmuffs. I'm trying to look for my earmuffs. Well, let me out. I'm looking for my earmuffs. You won't pull over.
Well, yeah, I can pull over. You can pull over.
You won't pull over.
You
won't pull over, Dad, and I'm asking to get out of your house. Dad! I'm looking for my earmuffs, okay? I'm looking for you to stop abusing me, please. I'm looking for my earmuffs. Ow! Ow! I want out! I want out! I want out! It's hurting my ears! And I can't even get my earbuds! And it's abusing me! I am looking for my earbuds, Dad! Can you stop it? Can you stop so I can get my earbuds?
Last time you get the ride, you didn't.
I'm looking for my earbuds! Can you please? I'm looking for my earbuds!
My dad did that to hurt my ears and cause me more issue. He turns off the radio after I call 911.
Dad,
He didn't know I was recording this at this point.
I gotta get my earbuds! Can I please have the radio turned down so I can get out, please, so I can get my earmuffs? Can you stop abusing me?
Abusing you, that's how loud you used to have the fucking radio.
No, can you please? I don't want to be abused.
No, you're not being abused. You're being abusive to us. Now get out! fucking car.
Don't hit me!
I didn't even know my dad hit me or my brother hit me. I'm in a meltdown here. I had no idea Dad was hurting me or Joe.
I'm scared of you! I'm scared of you!
That's how you treat an autistic person. Here's the problem. I want an out. But I'm abusing my dad and brother. I'm abusing my dad and brother here. I want it out. They kept me in the car. If I'm abusing them, why do they keep me in the car for?
I'm scared of you! Get me away from me, abuser! Get away from me, abuser! I need help, please!
Get out.
I need help! My dad's abusing me!
Get out.
I'm scared of my dad! Please help me!
Where are you?
Help me, please!
Where are you?
Get out of the car.
I'm scared of my dad! He's abusing me, please!
You in the city of Santa Wanda?
I need help, please! My dad's abusing me! I'm scared!
Hold over. He can get out. Buddy.
Where are you? Are you in a vehicle?
I'm scared! I want you to help me, please!
Where
I'm
are
looking
you?
for my earmuffs, and my dad's abusing me! Because I need him to help me with things that he don't want to do it! He don't want to help me in my medical care!
Where are you?
I don't know, I'm scared!
Are you in a vehicle?
I'm scared of my dad. Please, I want him to stop abusing me and neglecting me.
It's a Bulk and Hill at the corner at the sign.
We were trying to
We're
let him out.
Trying to let him out. He's been going crazy on us, and he's damaging my vehicle.
Okay.
As you see, I had tried calling dispatch and they hung up on me and I was still recording. And here I was saying I had recording of asking to be let out and they never let me out and they kept going at it at me. That's torture. That's lying.
I am scared of you. I want my earmuffs in my head.
Keep us the transfer for Bulk and Hill Street. Okay.
I'm scared of my dad. He abuses me. Because he has too much he has to do and he abuses me. Because
He has so much he has to do and he abuses me.
I need
Andy, you gotta talk to me. You can't just keep going on. Where are you right now?
I don't know. Go.
Where are you right now?
Go.
Okay, Bulk and where?
I don't bite. Hill.
Okay, Bulk by Hill?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you stay there until I get the officer there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking for my earmuffs.
Okay, just stay right there and I'll send the officer.
Only after I call 911 does Dad stop the radio.
You're over there.
That was hurting my ear.
Okay.
Okay. My dad is supposed to do certain things and he's giving me a hard time about it.
Okay. Well, I'm sending an officer over there and he can straighten it out, okay?
Okay.
Okay, just stay right there.
I'm scared of you, Dad. Can you please give me space? I want my earmuffs that you stole.
Okay, I'm sending them over there right now, okay? Stay there. Okay. Bye-bye.
So I'm coming down here. I was calm enough to be able to call, start the recording here. Okay?
Dad, you gotta stop doing this to me. Dad, you have to stop abusing. When I was, my earmuffs went wet. You were going real fast. I saw my earmuffs behind the seat. That's how fast you were going. And you... Here you...
I'm gonna go on the front porch to.
Well, you know what?
So, anyways, guys, I want to also add if this stops recording because of data space shortage, I will play this as a part 2 entire.
I'm scared of you. Putting me in danger. I have to go ahead and know that you're refusing to do things that you were told to do and has been told to do. Hi. Look, can I please ask? I want my father to be arrested. If he continues doing this, I need it to stop.
Can I talk to him first and I'll talk to you guys?
Well, he's damaged my car.
Okay. My partner's on the way over. Okay, so look.
We'll have them talk to you guys. Andy, you want to talk to me over here, sir?
Yes.
How you doing, Andy? You doing okay?
I'm really scared right now
Okay.
of my father.
Sweetheart. Okay. Well, let's use your coping skills and come back down to a 0. How you've been doing a lot better lately.
Yes, I would like him away so I can please feel more comfortable making this appointment away from him.
You want to go over by my car?
Okay.
That's fine. Whatever makes you more comfortable. Want to go over here?
Yeah. So my dad has been told by lawyers and professionals that he has to do certain things to help me. Because he's the responsible person.
You're talking about like your medications in order?
I am talking about getting the malpractice lawsuits and the discrimination issues with your office, with the APS in Erie County, OPWDD, and the hospitals and stuff. And my father is giving me a really hard time.
What got going on today?
So today, I was supposed to get a nurse to come to the house to do an assessment with me. The nurse refused to give me that assistance.
Okay.
It's not Dad's fault, but Dad is, again, supposed to get me photo ID. He has all the authority for all that.
Yeah.
I need to get my Social Security card. That's up to Dad.
He has it all at home.
No, he does not want to go help me get those documents.
You need the guy.
I need a Social Security card, a birth certificate, and photo ID. I don't know what happened to the Social Security card or birth certificate. My mom had that.
Okay.
My photo ID is expired.
You're trying to get current current ID and new access card and be posted.
And my dad is responsible for doing that because he has to handle everything from Social Security.
Okay.
It's been 3 years he's supposed to get this stuff.
Does he not want to do it, or what?
Nope.
Why?
It's part of the neglect issues. It's one of the things that's holding me up to getting help.
Can you call Social Security?
I cannot because it has to come from my dad. He's the decision maker.
So that's the issue today? Why did you guys get into it?
Well, hang on. There's more.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So that's the issues that my father's not doing so I can get the help I need. He's supposed to call lawyers because, yet again, he's the representative person responsible for this stuff, and he's been told this by lawyers.
Okay.
He won't do it. So then...
Do they do, like, court official documents ordering him to do this stuff?
No, because he's my payee, and it's a civil reward, and I don't have capacity for it to the doctors and my lawyers that I could go into to try to get help.
Okay.
Because I call lawyers and law firms to reach out for assistance, and I don't have capacity, even though I don't have that court order thing yet.
Yeah.
But my father's just giving me a hard time on that stuff.
Okay, and that got you upset today?
Well, no. I was asking my dad to help me with this stuff, and he just gave me a really hard time. He verbally abused me by saying, I'm not going to do it, Mom's more important. And I said, well, Dad...
How's your mom? I just want to ask, how's your mom doing? She's doing better?
Up and down. I have to agree with my dad that McCauley's is not taking care of my mom's medical care.
I wish her the best, Andy.
And that they're responsible for taking care of her while Dad's at home, you know?
Yeah.
But the problem is Dad has to still do things. I get that.
Yeah.
But it's not...
Your mom and around the house.
But it's also, she's responsible for taking care of me, and I need his help. And he's allowed to push me like you had to deal with the last time. I dealt with you guys 2 weeks ago.
I think I was there, but it was Dr. Will that was handling that call.
Okay, yeah.
There, yeah.
So my dad is allowed to push me, he's allowed to punch me, he's allowed to neglect me because people think I'm not disabled. I have all the paperwork to show Dad's responsible for me.
Did any of that take place today?
What?
Anything physical?
No, but my dad would not let me out of the car to calm down. And he kept going at it at me. And then he wouldn't even pull over, and he said, well, I'm stopping every stop sign. I said, well, Dad, I can't even get out fast enough because you keep pulling away from the stop sign. So what am I supposed to do? We came from Wendy's.
What'd you get there?
He got me the $5 bag deal, which I usually get.
That was nice. You get a Frosty?
No, I didn't want
I'm a sucker for those vanilla Frosties in my favorite.
Oh, the strawberries, that's my favorite.
They got strawberry now?
Yeah, they have a strawberry and...
When did that come out?
The strawberry's the summer thing, and they don't have the vanilla ones during the summer.
Oh, really?
So they only talk about strawberry, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'll have to try that.
Yeah, so anyways, you know, I couldn't help what I was going through. I was trying calling you guys for support, and I was put on hold, and I had to hang up. I didn't know what was going on. My dad was blasting the radio, hurting my ears, and I had the door open to try to get out, and I was trying to find my earmuffs, and I couldn't find them in the car. And then I had a meltdown because he started going after me.
You mean verbally again?
Verbally, yeah. He seems to think I'm the only one that counts. No one else. But I never once said that about my dad. You know, I only said to Dad, I have things I need done too for my health and well-being and safety. You can't just neglect me because Mom has somebody to take care of her. You know, and that's not fair for me. And then I hurt my head because of all of that.
You hurt your head today?
Yeah, I think I had things. I don't know on what. But my head is hurting me.
You need EMS? No.
Look, if I go to a hospital, they're just going to refuse to help me, and that's part of the discrimination.
You banged your head. Do you want to start them and check you out, or?
I don't want to refuse help. Okay? But they're just going to send me to the hospital, you know? In the hospital, they're just going to send me out.
Back there.
Oh.
But if you want the firefighter to check you out, I'd be more than happy to call them for you.
I don't want to, I'm not refusing help. I just don't want to go to the hospital where I've been mistreated and not getting the help I need. And that's part of the issue why Dad is supposed to be calling lawyers for me.
Dad said something about Henry?
Yeah. Yeah, my dad's allowed to push me. The last time he responded, my dad pushed me a few weeks ago. I asked not to have my dad arrested because if I have my dad arrested, who's going to be my pay? Who's going to give me the supervision or care? You know, and I'm afraid of having no caregiver.
Yeah.
And he's responsible for me, and he just doesn't want to take care of me. He doesn't want to listen to what the doctors, the lawyers, the therapists, the professionals keep telling him.
Is Henry helping you out, Andy?
Henry? Are you kidding?
I don't know.
No, actually, it's not.
No?
Yeah, and that's why I'm going to be calling you guys on Thursday at 2 p.m. Are you working?
Doesn't matter if I'm working.
No, are you?
Doesn't matter if I'm working.
Well, are you working on Thursday? So
Can't
probably.
my schedule.
Well, no, I'm just looking to see if somebody with law enforcement could come over to help me with the.
Henry's coming over?
Yes, at 2 p.m. I want help, and he's not.
Let's see, Andy.
And
Where'd you hit it?
And he's not Henry. Henry.
You want the firefighter to check you out, Andy?
No, they're just going to tell him to go to the hospital.
Yeah, and then the hospital, and he knows with the hospital issues. You know, the hospitals are not going to help me.
I just want to make sure you're okay.
I know.
You're upset because Dad doesn't want to pay for your attorney or something?
Well, no. All he needs to do is call because, you know, malpractice is doesn't cost any money until I win a reward. Dad has to make the call because he's so legal representative of my care. Yeah, well, I was telling Officer Rogers that my dad makes it sound like it's all about me and nobody else in the house, but that's not the case at all. I know it's not everything about me, and my dad keeps on making it sound like because I have to have him to do things that he won't do for me. That he emotionally abuses me because of that, and then I'll have him to take care of me.
You think he's forgetting to do stuff, Nathan?
I think he's doing this on purpose to get me upset so he doesn't have to help me, so he gets, you know, because, look, he's had me arrested how many times for things? I found out to be innocent, and that's just abandoning his caregiver role because I asked him for help for things, and I'm really restricted and repetitive, and I get a bit frustrated with not having anyone help me with these things.
You know how to make a list, right, Andy?
Yeah, I do.
Sometimes I make myself a list because I forget stuff.
Well, Nathan,
maybe he forgets stuff. You know?
Yeah, Nathan,
Yeah.
I have to call Social Security, but Social Security says Dad is responsible. He has to take care of that call.
Yeah.
I need a birth certificate and photo ID for some of this stuff, for health aids and stuff.
Yeah.
Dad refuses to help me with this stuff. He's the responsible party.
Do you want me to talk to your dad and see if he's willing to maybe plan a specific day to do this? You guys can sit down together and make this call?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I was asking him. And, you know, earlier at Wendy's, let me set some of this stuff down. Yeah, so at Wendy's, Dad, I was trying to explain, Dad, I gave you the phone number to Rosie Ganji Awesome, where I'm supposed to go for that Lipsis Green Cambria office referred me to.
Yeah.
Because I need a smaller law firm that can handle just the malpractice and civil rights issues on Dent and Buffalo General Hospital.
Yeah.
Only going after the two more important ones, is the other ones, the statute of limitation of ECMC has already expired.
Yeah.
So that becomes an issue. So Dad said that he didn't know what I was saying. He was right under the speaker. So I said, okay, well, Dad, here, my AC.
I gave you the phone.
Dad, I gave you the phone number to call a lawyer to sue Dent and Buffalo General, and everybody says you need to make the call. Can you let me know when you can do that?
You know, my counselor, I played the recordings for what I go through at Buffalo General Hospital, and my primary care doctor, they all said, Dad, I got to get a lawyer to sue. I have doctors who are upset with other doctors. Why is it so hard for Dad to realize that I have a primary care doctor who wants me to sue people? I have a counselor because I show them recordings of what I go through. You know, no patient should ever be diaper shamed or made fun of for going to get help. But that's what ECMC does to me. And that's what ECMC goes to, for example, Dr. Cummings goes to, sends a report to Buffalo General Hospital. Dr. Cummings doesn't have medical practicing abilities at Buffalo General Hospital.
You had help to call the attorney, right?
Yeah, well, he's also supposed to help me.
Well, why don't I try and set up a date with Dad? We can do this.
Well, go ahead.
Well, Henry's supposed to be helping me with this stuff. The problem is, Henry...
Yes, right?
Nathan, this is bullshit. This is why I'm asking you guys to come over to help me with that.
Yeah.
Because OPWDD, which I'm going to call right after you get done with you, but OPWDD... No, OPWD is Office of People with Developmental Disabilities. Actually, when I've been told by my Medicare insurance and other professionals that I have to make the recall after I get done talking to you about this, because I made the complaint when Dad pushed me a few weeks ago. And what happened was they told me APS is not making the referral to them. APS has to make the referral to Instant Management of OPWDD because I'm developmentally disabled. And the abuse and neglect is going on, and that is where APS is dropping the ball. You know, APS is denying my diagnosis and disability. They're making it very difficult for me. So I call Sean Ryan's office and other organizations who all put blame on the county and OPWDD. I give him legal assistance, legal advice by Disability Rights New York, who tells me I had to call all these other organizations, including the Department of Justice and all these other things, which then pushed me back to being in this situation. And I called those organizations. Well, my dad was told yesterday by my Medicare insurance caseworker that I need to call the Human Health Services civil rights complaint thing on some of these medical providers. Look, I've been told by the Department of Justice that discrimination is not something that law enforcement can handle, because Cameron Mercy has given me discrimination issues to try to visit my mom and stuff. So I found out that that's not for like the town of Taiwan police to help me with that. But the town of Taiwan police did need to be notified of something else that happened the other day at Cameron Mercy. Again, that's out of your district, but discrimination is not investigated by police officers. You guys don't have the training to determine disability or the discrimination, you know. Even though discrimination is criminal.
Sure, there's other organizations that do that.
Yeah, and then they're getting passed around from person to person.
Right.
And I'm told the HHS is responsible, the Attorney General's Office of New York State is responsible, the Centers of Medicare and Medicaid is responsible. But when my caseworker for my insurance makes those complaints, they're ignored. Just like when I make those complaints. And you would think somebody from Medicare would be able to help me. But they can't. So, and then to find out my Medicaid is not even in line, which I took Dad almost like 2 days to help me fill out that form and get a stamp to mail it. Well, I'm waiting for the medical records for a second request from Dent. 2 weeks for Dad to help me with that. Dad won't, I keep trying to make phone calls to be independent because Dad won't make the phone calls. But yet, I get run around, and my dad is supposed to be making these calls. Like, for example, 3 years now, I've been trying to get my childhood records and medical records from Social Security, but that has to come from my dad.
Andrew?
Yeah?
I talked to your dad.
Yeah?
He said right now he's got a lot going on with your mother.
Oh, I know.
He's very upset and stressed about it, as well as probably
I
all
am
three of
too,
you are.
yeah.
Of course. I completely understand that.
So do I.
He said your APS worker was supposed to come over this week and he didn't show up.
He was supposed to come after, so when you came out, when my dad pushed me, the arrangements was already made that he was supposed to come out that Wednesday. He never showed up.
Your dad said he wants to talk to him on the phone. He said your dad said he wants to talk to Henry on the phone and figure everything out, and then he's willing to help you.
Right.
He said he wants to talk to Henry first. He just wants you to be patient with him until he can get all his ducks in a row.
Right. But like Henry had said, he's not the medical provider on any of this stuff.
Your dad still wants to talk to you about it, though.
Okay.
So is that okay with you?
Yeah, well, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's reasonable for that, but that's not what he was been trying to say to
that's
me.
what he said today.
But he's also said that he would do this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had the phone call recording. I was trying to play to Dad to show Henry saying that I need this lawyer, but I don't mind Dad talking to the other people involved with my care.
Your dad loves you. I know you love your dad too.
But I didn't need to be treated like this. I mean, if he could have explained it to me.
I just think sometimes, I don't live with the guy, but I think that sometimes he's frustrated and has trouble expressing, you know?
Yeah, well,
that too.
That's where I got that app to help me.
That helps you. That's great.
But my dad doesn't like it.
Come on.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
Right.
Ouch, my back. Yeah, my dad, he's told how to communicate with me. He knows how to redirect me. He doesn't, and he doesn't do it. You know, it just frustrates me, you know? But then APS is supposed to be coming out, and, you know, after a physical assault type of thing. Yeah, I'll get on this side. Yeah. Well, yeah, because my mom needs that, you know?
Andy's all set.
But
calm down.
Can I say something about Henry, though? Henry's supposed to be coming out. Everybody's pushing the blame back onto him.
Well, just give him a call.
I did. He's coming out on Thursday. I talked to him earlier. But, yeah.
All right, Andy. Okay, you good?
Yep. I mean, I dropped him again. I know. I get him. I know. Yeah, my earmuffs went behind the seat. But when I'm in the car, I don't... Yeah, we had this for a while. Yeah, it's really nice.
It is nice inside.
Yeah. I just wish my mom was home to be able to help my dad with things.
Andy, you're all calm now?
Yeah.
He's all set.
Yeah, it is. So, are you working on Thursday?
I am not. I'm on vacation all week.
Because I'm going to ask if you guys come out to try to advocate for this, because Dad's not able to take care of me.
We have no problem coming out.
Because, you know, Dad's not able to take care of me.
Yep.
Dad can't take care of Mom. The agency that Mom's at is supposed to be taking care of her. And it's causing me issues because they're expecting Dad to bail them out for everything.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, Andy.
It's just frustrating because
I'm happy we came to a resolution today, okay? And I hope it works out for you. And again, I wish the best of luck for your mom, okay? Seriously,
yeah,
I
well,
mean that too.
well, you know,
Okay?
the sick thing is, my mom used to fight for me. She used to be my voice for everything.
Give up.
But I don't have her right now, and I almost lost her. And then what Ken Mercy did with me was peer discrimination, and I was scared of losing my mom for a very long time, and that's what caused me a lot of behavior issues. And since Moms at Macaulay's, by the way, Ken Mercy actually apologized to all that. They were wrong about all that, and they got, I'm keeping the complaints going, because once I drop the complaints, then people will say, oh, I got what I want, and then they can use that against me, I've been told. And that's just part of the issues why I have a lawyer that was going to represent me, but that's why Brown Chiari would not represent me, because I keep on dropping charges, and he would get no results, no reward after doing all the work to help me. And that was one of the concerns. That's why Dad was supposed to help me with that.
All right, well, we got this resolved, okay?
Yeah.
You have a good night, sir, okay?
Yeah, you know what really sucks, though? It's a shame that you had to make complaints to get people to help me. And it shouldn't be like that. They should be helping me regardless. It's a civil... I was told that some of the things that I've been going through is discrimination by the healthcare providers. Because of the behavior issues. Thank you. Nicole Henry.
Tucker. Tucker, move. You gotta get...
I'm sorry, Joe. I just want to talk to Dad for a minute.
Yeah, I know. You want to all to yourself. Let me go put those two addresses in my flight log, and then...
Sure, turning off porch.
Probably Ostrowski. Tucker, come on, move. How'd you get in?
But I hope you understand that I'm not trying to get my way, and I'm not trying
Okay,
to chase
whatever.
you or anything.
Tomorrow. I had to get going. Your thing's still on over here.
Oh, I didn't know.
Okay, go.
But I have a real bad headache.
So do I.
Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment and subscribe to help expose the creature. And remember, Andrew Ditch fakes autism.